Do you remember the Where's Waldo books? Okay, I'm certain that I'm dating myself a bit, and some of you that have more miles on the tower will definitely know what I'm talking about. However, if you don't, Where's Waldo was a series of books that had these elaborate illustrations with a lot going on each page, and the goal was to find Waldo, who was always wearing a red and white striped shirt and a hat. His outfit was supposed to help him stand out from all the other activity that was going on the page. I always loved to search for Waldo, and what was so cool is after you found Waldo, it became obvious where he was. He sort of stood out from the rest of the crowd, and it became obvious that he was dressed different than everyone else around. Well, in our passage today, Paul is telling the Philippian church that the way they live their lives is meant for them to stand out and be different from all the stuff around them. Paul specifically says that they are supposed to shine like bright lights. But how are they supposed to do that? He says, do everything without complaining and arguing. If we're being honest, in our world today, doing those two things right there would clearly set you apart. Those are obviously not the only things that are meant to set the Christian apart, but it would definitely be a good start. In a world that seems to always be complaining or fighting, to find someone who doesn't do either of those really would make them a light in the midst of the darkness. Paul tells them that the way that they do this is by holding tightly to the word of life. So they need to cling tightly to Jesus and his words if they're ever going to live like this. I know what you're thinking. Is living different than everyone else really possible? It is. Paul believes it is. In fact, he says that if he sees the Philippian Christians doing that, it will make all his sacrifice and work in the ministry worth it. So yeah, you can be different. Yeah, you can stick out in a crowd of complaining and fighting. The only question really is, will you?